This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 71, How to Quash the Pressure of Expectations and Defeat Self-Sabotage, by Margo Aaron of ThatSeemsImportant.com. And welcome to Optimal Startup Daily. My name is Dan. I'm the host and narrator here, and this is where I read to you from some of the best blogs on entrepreneurship. And now let's get right to today's post as we optimize your life. How to Quash the Pressure of Expectations and Defeat Self-Sabotage, by Margo Aaron of ThatSeemsImportant.com. There's a woman who celebrates her wins with a donut, as in she literally buys herself a donut every time something good happens in her career, and then she posts a photo of it. And you can click on the link in the post at your own hunger risk. It's made her more appreciative of the little things, identifying more wins, blah, blah, blah. We've all read the book. Celebrate your wins, gratitude, more will come your way. For the awakened humans, this is true, and it's great. God bless, keep on. For the rest of us, we choose the path I like to call Bad Mom's Christmas. That's when we follow up an otherwise great thing with a sequel. Empire, Jurassic Park, Grey's Anatomy, Narcos. Those of us on the path of Bad Mom's Christmas are what society might call self-sabotagers. We get a win and we're like, no, too much greatness, must crawl in a hole and die, destroy what made me great, no donuts for you. We get blindsided by the applause and start producing work. To extend the sequel metaphor, it's when Narcos Medellin turned into Narcos Cali. They took complex, interesting characters and turned them into stock types, leaned into predictable cliches, and inserted a whole bunch of gratuitous violence. Boo, Cali, be better. If you don't have a strong core to begin with, success will kill everything great about you because you become reactive to the market, to critics, to short-term wins, to applause. The applause, that makes you high as a kite. And with some very rare exceptions, no one makes good decisions when they're high, especially if those decisions are fueled by ego and a desire to please, which, speaking for myself, they always are. Hand me some applause and I'm like, please, sir, I want some more. We turn to approval seeking, that's what wanting more applause is, when we don't have a strong core, when we don't know our values, we don't have a vision, and we don't know who we are or what we stand for. In fact, you need the opposite skill to succeed, the ability to endure being disliked. Weirdo first, pioneer second. That's how you get good. You keep being the weirdo, you keep defying expectations, you keep your eye on what the market actually wants instead of what they say they want. And you learn to be a shrewd judge of your own work. The mistake happens during what we in altMBA call crossing the chasm. It's when you go from being niche to being mainstream. Some call this scaling, and very few brands navigate this well. We think that crossing the chasm means being something the mainstream will understand, being palatable or vanilla. But joke's on us, because the mainstream doesn't exist. It was made up in the 1930s to 1950s to describe, quote, people who watch TV, read papers, and listen to radio, end quote, which isn't a market, that's just everyone. Marketing rule number 1, when you market to everyone, you market to no one. Not everyone likes Game of Thrones, GOT, but to those of us who do, we cannot get enough. We will literally stay at our subway stop and miss our exit just to take pictures and text them to our friends. And no, I was not the only one in Grand Central doing this. The way to protect against the sequel effect, aka self-sabotage after success, is to let go of the expectations that success creates. But that is terribly oversimplistic advice because who can realistically do that without 12 years of therapy? I do, in fact, recommend therapy, but in the meantime, I have a suggestion that also works to quash the pressure of expectations. Keep things an inside joke with your audience. If you don't have the confidence to retain your weirdo roots, hi, guilty, then you're going to end up one of the many creators who died of the disease to please new fans, to please the critics, to please the masses. When you seek acceptance from a market that you didn't set out to impress, you will perpetually disappoint. Stay focused on your tribe. That's the only effective way I know to drown out the noise from the applause and expectations. The trick I use to circumvent disappointment is to use it as a success metric. If I hear, I don't get it, from someone who is not my market, then I probably nailed it. Because all great work is divisive. Not in a combative way, divisive in a unifying way. It should create a demarcation line between those who get it and those who don't. You're either someone who's into GOT or you're not. You're either a Trekkie or you're not. You either like Alexander McQueen or you don't. There are few people in the middle. Celebrate that you will disappoint some people. That's a sign you're doing this right. I'm going to go buy myself a donut. You just listened to the post titled How to Quash the Pressure of Expectations and Defeat Self-Sabotage by Margo Aaron of ThatSeemsImportant.com. And thank you to Gusto. Instead of reading a script about Gusto's payroll and benefits, we wanted to tell you what small business owners say, the people who use Gusto every day. Here's what one business says. With Gusto, I think of payroll as a 30-second job. The website is so friendly and a joy to use. Friendly payroll? You don't hear that every day. Amy from Utah says, I love Gusto so much. They do our medical, dental, vision, and life insurance. It's so painless. It's like going to the spa. And we have great options and rates, even though we're a super small team. Health insurance? Like going to the spa? Wow. And here's what Amneat says about Gusto's support team. Whenever something comes up, I reach out and literally 24 hours later, they tell us what to do or assure us that they've already handled it for us. Smart technology and friendly humans? That's cool. Honestly, the list goes on. And right now, our listeners get 3 months free when they go to gusto.com/OSD. Yep, 3 months of payroll, benefits admin, and more, totally free. Again, that's gusto.com/OSD. gusto.com/OSD. And I want to give a big thank you to Margo, and you can come by ThatSeemsImportant.com to read a lot more from her and check out her bookstore. It has some great ones on there if you're looking for ideas. Margo Aaron is a proud graduate of Emory University, where she got her BA, and Columbia University, MA, and altMBA, where she earned the prestigious Walker Award. She began her career as a psychological researcher for a mental health clinic, then accidentally ended up in marketing, and today she's co-host of the internet talk show Hillary and Margo Yell at Websites. Margo is also a regular contributor to Inc. and founder of the most popular internet newsletter you've never heard of. Again, you can find her at ThatSeemsImportant.com, and thank you to Margo for letting us share her work. But I think that does it for today. Hope you're having a happy Thursday, and thanks so much for being a subscriber to the show. I'm going to see you right back here tomorrow for the Friday show. That's where your optimal life awaits.